Hello and welcome to Sterling Lee Fine Art video blog. This is vlog number. And this has been my artistic week. Hello everyone, and here we are in my new studio. Yes, the studio is actually completed, which is fantastic news. I won't give you a tour just yet because it's a little bit untidy, and I've still got some shelves to put up because I've got to do some storage and whatnot for all of my bits, all my stuff, brushes, gold leaf and everything. Anyway, that's going to be happening in the next week, and by the time I get it all put together, then we should be able to have a little tour of it, even though like 16 foot by 8. Anyway, what I wanted to do this week was just talk about how my work's evolved over the past, let's say, probably nearly 18 months now, getting up, well, probably about 16 months. So I wanted to just show you some pieces from 2020 and 2021 and into 2022. So without further ado, here's the first piece. This piece, painted in November 20, and it's called I'm Not in Love. You may have heard that sequence of words before. Now, as you can see, it's a very lovely pose on a lady on the windowsill. You can see from how thick it is, it's actually painted on board. So it's actually painted on MDF board. It's oils on MDF board. If I just move it a little bit, there we go, out of the glare, the light that's directly above it. So you can see the detail of the hair there. As I've said before, I do love to paint hair. I just find it fascinating to get all the different layers and shimmers and the reflections of the light and such. She's wearing quite a light blouse, which the sun's coming through. And you can see the background of the green of the garden behind the window. So this is the standard sort of piece that I was into creating around about 15, 16 months ago. And as you can see on that piece, at the moment, I've still yet to discover gold leaf. So there's no gold leaf on that piece. So it wasn't even in my artistic consciousness to produce any gold leaf work at all. So that's that. I produced probably about half a dozen pieces like that. And suddenly, I think I saw some gold leaf in a furniture showroom, and a piece of abstract art. We were going to buy a new sofa, and I thought, that's interesting. I wonder what I could do with that. Anyway, after a couple of attempts, that transpired into this sort of piece, a piece called Stardust, which I painted in July 2021. So you can see on that, there's really can get the impression of the gold leaf on this because of the light that's directly above it. I'll just pull it back a little bit, you get more of an idea of what the piece is actually like. That's the overall piece. And this is a ballerina called Jade Wallace, who I used as the reference for this piece. Ringing lines, that's one of the angle you can get a clearer definition of the piece. And as you can see on this piece again, I'll just bring it a bit closer. You can see the detail on the hair there, again, so I love to paint. And the ballerina's dress actually is mostly constructed with gold leaf, as you can see there. Just move back a bit because I'm looking a bit spooky all in dark shadow. Not my best side, darling. And then you can see the shoes and the top and the dress. That's all mostly in gold leaf, but I've got silver leaf as highlights and copper leaf as the lowlights on there. So you can see the various sort of stripes on the dress coming in the folds there, and the folds on the top and the highlights. Same on the shoes as well. It's the same thing on the shoes. And the abstract background in this is actually painted in acrylics. What you'll also notice is that this piece is painted on a canvas. There we go. Gold leaf is quite difficult to put onto canvas. It's not impossible, but the thing with gold leaf is that it takes the shape and the form of everything that's underneath it. So because the canvas obviously has a weave to the cotton, which is desirable in oil painting and acrylic painting, because you need the texture coming through of the underlying support. In gold leaf, it's not quite so preferred. It's nicer to actually gild onto a very flat, smooth surface, because then the gold leaf has nothing to reflect from underneath it, and you get a better impression of the gold. Also, on that kind of piece, it's actually quite difficult to get a clean edge to the gold leaf, because of the undulating nature of the weave. That's the international sign for top of a canvas there, for those who don't know. And so yeah, so it can be difficult to get a finish. The way around that is that you just see on the top of her dress, I'll just show you there, just along this piece here, so on the top of the dress there. What you actually do is you put the gold leaf on, and then when all of the leaf has dried and you finish it off, not so much the leaf has dried, all of the adhesive underneath has gone off. Leave it a few days, and then you just paint over the top. And you paint yourself the line that you want in the oil paint, and then that then gives you the finish to the edge that you're trying to achieve. So there's that's obviously quite a tricky technique to put onto canvas, which I didn't know at the time. I just thought I could put it on there, but it's all part of the learning process and part of the artistic journey, don't you know? Yeah, that's what you have to do to get the finish you want. So I worked quite a bit on that after the gold leaf was put on, because there's obviously various little bits that don't take to the leaf, so you over gild them again, and it's quite an involved process. And the overall balance of that piece, with the gold and the lighter cream background moving into like a mushroom and into like a light brown, has a great emphasis on the piece as well. And yeah, it's one of my favourite pieces. Anyway, moving on from there, from experimenting with gold leaf in sort of patches on the dress of the ballerina, what I then moved on to was a more overall gold leaf application. And this was influenced by a Scottish artist by the name of Stephanie Room, who I've probably mentioned before. She's a big influence of mine, and if Stephanie ever gets to watch this, hi Steph, thank you very much for all the influence and inspiration. So, third piece. This is a piece that I completed earlier this year, which is actually last month. And this is a piece called Crystal Contemplation. Now this piece, you can see that I've actually drawn the ballerina onto card. Just move that away from the light, there we go. So the ballerina is actually drawn onto card with graphite and charcoal, and the gold leaf, 24 karat gold leaf, so this is the best gold that you can get. It's actually 23.5 karat gold leaf, because I put a little bit of silver in there to make it more workable. Is all around the piece. So I've drawn the piece, and then I've applied the adhesive for the gold. Just do that, there we go. You can actually see the back of the studio in the reflection. So yeah, you can see, and that is the other thing with gold leaf work. It is a nightmare to photograph because it reflects everything. You're basically looking at a very dull mirror. It's really difficult to photograph. But you can see on that, hopefully, you can see some of the, if I just move it, you can see some of the squares that I actually put on the gold leaf. Oh, there we go, beautiful. For more of an artistic approach. So there's gold leaf onto there, on top of or surrounding the drawn image, which is graphite and white charcoal for the highlights. And there's additional leaf put onto the base gold leaf to give a more artistic effect with the squares. You can also see at the bottom, here, there we go, that's cut into the actual white mount. There's a double mount on there, you can just see, just there's a black mount, with an outer white mount, and then onto the black mount I've put the gold leaf again, and I've cut into the white mount the ballerina slippers and the laces. So that's, as you can see there, and it's actually framed, as you can see. So that's a fully framed piece. That's the whole deal. So as you can see, from in about 15 months, 14, 15 months, there's quite a progression of work and of technique and of materials that's gone into my work, from the original oil painted pieces through to partial gold leafing and through to almost full gold leaf. What I intend to do in the coming months, which is the exciting part, it's the exciting part. What I intend to do going forward is more of a floating piece, which will be on some handmade heavyweight paper, which I've just purchased. It's quite expensive paper actually, more expensive paper than I've ever previously purchased. And it has a lovely deckled edge, which is, as I said, that's the international sign for deckled edge, which means like a rough finished edge, wavy edge to the paper. And I intend to gold leaf right to the very edges, so there's all of the deckled edge will have leaf on it. Which the reason I'm doing that is because on some of the pieces that I've done previously, especially on the piece that I've just shown you, Crystal Contemplation, especially on that piece, when I showed some of the progress images on Instagram, quite a few people actually commented that they like the rough edge to the gold leaf. So I thought, I wonder what I can do with that. So that's what I'm going to do. So I have some reference images that I'm going to use. Also, next Saturday is very exciting for me anyway, because I will be doing a photo shoot with the ballerina Erica Mulcair, which I'm really looking forward to, and a little bit scared about, if I'm absolutely honest, because I've not shot a professional ballerina before or in a professional photo studio. So that'll be really something else. So I'll be able to report on that next week. And also I'll then hopefully have hundreds of reference images to keep me going for quite some time with my work. And I'll be able to explore the new avenues that I want to dive into following the gold leaf training that I had from Watergill Studios a couple of weeks ago now. So yeah, very exciting. All that's going to be building up to the first show in Sussex in May, which I'm also very excited about. And I'll have quite a bit of work to show there, which I don't quite know how I'm going to cram it all into the booth that I've actually rented. But that's something else to consider later on. So yeah, there we go. So thanks again for your support and for watching the video. I hope you liked it. I hope you like seeing my earlier works. And give me some nice comments, likes, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, Sterling Lee Fine Art, and Facebook. And hopefully I will see you next week when I can report on the shoot went. So thanks again. See you soon.